Welcome back, everybody, to the Original Content Theater. I'm your host, Soner Spike.
And I'm Colonel McDoogle. I'm still here for some reason.
I have him chained up. He can't leave. On our last episode of Original Content Theater, Kitanna, Vlayru, I think that was it. The two of them decided to go on the cast pilgrimage to Who Gives a Shit land. And
there's one thing I thought was kind of weird. I know this happened in, I think the second chapter, but he had that Slipknot t-shirt on. So apparently in this universe, Slipknot still somehow got together and formed, even though there are no existing nations and, there's no America. So they all must have... What are their powers? Do they have powers?
I explained that in chapter 1, that Slipknot just teleported to this planet
to
do a random-ass concert, sold a bunch of merchandise, and then left. That was it.
Brilliant.
It was a one-time thing, so...
Of course. Apparently they were such a big hit, though, that people still wear their t-shirts, even though it's 2012.
Also, to the universe of this place, televisions exist. Do radios exist, too?
I don't know. Apparently no one uses guns, but TVs are around.
And Slipknot, apparently. So I'm assuming there's electricity if they were able to play instruments.
Yeah.
And make custom t-shirts in this world. So...
They developed everything backwards. All the entertainment stuff was, invented in the Stone Age. And all the weapons are just now being invented. That's the only thing that makes sense. Okay. But they're being invented backwards.
Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. This is Chapter 4. A week and a half of traveling towards the Lightning Village went by. It really was different, being in different taverns and inns and staying in the woods for the night. It started to rain, so we went in a cave and set up a fire. Where? Where the fuck are they?
They're in a cave setting up a fire.
No, I know that, but they're we walked around, we went to different cave taverns and shit, and then all of a sudden it started raining. Where the fuck are they?
I like to think that there's just a town and a cave and then a town.
It's like a level setup.
Yeah.
Stage 1, the tavern. Stage 2, the inn. We both hit the sack, because how tired we were. In the middle of the night, I was woken up by my element senses.
Dun dun dun.
It's something Vlayru taught us in our element training. Again, the shit that was really important that you just said. A month of training went by and skimmed over.
Yes, it would have been good to know that she had that power so we weren't stopping and going, what? Element sense?
He said that my avatar powers... Oh, fuck! There it
Whoops!
Is. There it is. Fuck you.
I mean cast powers.
No, this is it. Right there. That one line. I told you it was coming. That was it. That one line.
He constantly screws up the word avatar and cast.
Because my hypothesis is that this was an Avatar fan fiction. And then he decided to change the names around and go, well, I'll make it my own thing. And instead of Korra, Kitanna.
Or even Katara, because that's all I ever, Katara, Kitanna. I mean, that's what, a one-letter difference?
And they're both waterbenders.
Yeah, come on.
And the whole pilgrimage was just like fucking Avatar, where they're going around learning the bending powers.
Except they're murdering people, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah, that's my favorite part in this whole damn story coming up in a few minutes. I looked around me, but I didn't see anyone. She looked around herself, just looked down, and she's like, well, nope, there's nobody on top of me, so I guess we're good. Vlayru was still asleep. He probably didn't sense this presence I'm sensing.
Well, to be fair, Vlayru probably couldn't see anyone either, because he has a fucking blindfold on.
I went over to where I was feeling the presence. I got really close, and it was raging really fast. What?
Raging fast.
It ended up being a guy headed towards the city. The second I got near him, I was kneeling in a tree. He turned around and looked right at me.
Not turned, he turned around.
He turned around and looked right at me. Wait, we gotta go back. The second I got near him, I was kneeling in a tree.
I don't know.
What does that mean? Was she in a tree, walking the tree over to the guy?
She was walking her pet tree.
What the fuck does that mean?
Come on out. I know exactly where you are. Don't make me hurt you.
He said. How can he sense my power? It doesn't make sense.
Except if you're a person who has elemental powers and you can sense other people with elemental powers, which you just fucking explained.
How can his senses be so precise? Vlayru said that element senses only let you feel where people are, not
where people are.
Not so, S-O-W.
Not sow. Exactly where they are, unless they trained hard to pinpoint their... So, obviously, a guy just trained hard to pinpoint his enemy. I mean, how does this not make any sense?
I don't know. Fuck it.
She's stupid. Yeah.
Fuck it. Could he have trained to pinpoint enemies? I jumped down and pulled out the broadsword. Why?
The broadsword.
No, just, why? This... I sense your power. Water, is it? You must be from the Hydro Nation. Your power level is remarkable. It's over 9,000!
Obviously.
This will be a good fight. I think this guy is fucking Vegeta. He pulled out a long sword and lunged at me. I blocked it. I looked in his face, and that his glasses had a bunch of numbers and stuff. It is Vegeta! He's got scouter goggles on.
Oh, he does!
He's got scouter goggles on. Then all of a sudden, he was beside me, and I went to block, but then got hit. I got hit in the back. He was so fast. What was that? It looked like he was using some sort of power like lightning!
Like lightning!
Do you have Master Lightning's powers? I want to read this guy's voice in Vegeta.
Oh, okay.
What was your first guess? He said, then said,
doesn't matter. Your elemental power's nothing compared to mine.
I got up and readied myself and lunged at him with my water powers flowing out of me to strengthen my attack.
Oh, they're flowing out of her.
How do you lunge at somebody with water powers? Isn't that technically like that's a blast of water? You know, just like so she's just throwing her body with water. Just like, why would you do that? Just
I don't know. They're. I mean, if he was more descriptive, maybe like a tidal wave or something. But as far as we know, she's just like doing a swan dive right at this guy who could easily just electrocute her. I would think.
Out of her.
I mean, he has lightning powers, right? She's just I throw water. It just shoot the water she's throwing at you. She's dead.
Kitanna used surf. It was not very effective. Just as I was right in front of him, he sidestepped me and hit me with a lightning attack. It hurt like no other. I guess.
Well, considering the only thing I think she's ever been hit with is a stick, I mean...
It would be a little shocking.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Just then, he was above me, descending towards me with his electric charged sword. I blocked it with my water shield. What?
And then you die.
And then you're dead. I blocked it with my water shield. How does that work? If it's just water.
I don't know. She didn't turn it into ice, so it wasn't solid. So I assume the electric sword just went into it and electrocuted her. And that's the twist, is that she's dead the whole time. Written by M. Night Shyamalan.
Fight the twist. And jump at him. He was flying back and used a water blast, and used a water blast at him. He landed on the ground. I landed. I stumbled over. Then I looked up, and he was gone. Just then, I looked to the left and saw him charging at me with the same attack.
Oh
this is the worst fucking way to write a fight scene.
This is horrible. Yeah, you don't like. There are not a lot of people that typically write fight scenes in books, and there is a good reason for that.
Because it's hard to do it.
Yeah.
You have to find an interesting way to explain the fight scene. You don't just go, I pulled my gun and shot him. It's like,
I slashed and slashed and slashed, and then I used a slash.
Just then, Vlayru came in and shot his light beam attack at him.
Oh no.
Shooting him back. I used it to my advantage and used Hydro Blast, which shot up...
Which is totally different from Water Blast.
Of course. Which shot up water in a cylinder shape, then came back in water drops, hurting anything in its path like a water fountain. How would that hurt you if it's just sprinkling water on him? And then
I have a theory. Her enemy is a witch.
Water, my one weakness. I hate this kid.
It's a rock-type Pokemon.
Rock, Geo Vegeta.
Golem.
Vlayru used light shield to protect himself. It seemed that we killed him. Just then, he shot up in the air and used a massive lightning attack. Within a mile radius, the guy landed on the ground, got up, and laughed. Those idiots didn't know was coming to them.
Wow.
What? What?
He started to continue towards the city. Vlayru jumped out of nowhere and used Light Blast one more time. Did he use Light Blast before?
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Everything runs together in this. Everyone's blasting shit. The guy dodged it, but then got hit by my Water Blast. Then I jumped up and took Master Lightning's powers from him. Finally, my first Master Power.
How? How did you take the powers from him? Is this like Mega Man, where like in the Mega Man cartoon, remember how he just touches the Robot Master and gets the powers?
Master Balls.
Super fighting ripoff.
He fell back to the ground, or fell to the ground dead. I was exhausted. Wait, was he up somewhere?
I don't know. Well, I guess technically he fell down, like he was standing straight up and just keeled over. And I like it that Kitanna and Vlayru just killed Goggle Vegeta for no reason.
Yeah.
The guy didn't do shit. He was just walking by and he was just like, I can sense your powers.
For all they know, he just could have been a guy like a fisherman living in the town using his
Yeah.
electric powers to capture bunches of fish, you know?
I mean, I would, if I was a lightning powered dude and some assholes came over and started to fight with me because I could sense their powers, I would shoot lightning at them too. So this doesn't,
Yeah.
This doesn't verify him as a bad guy. He's just...
No, they just murdered a random civilian.
Because he had lightning and Kitanna wanted it, so...
Yeah, and Kitanna gets what Kitanna wants.
He fell to the ground dead. I was exhausted. Me and Vlayru went back to the cave and fell asleep. The next day, we got up and headed towards the city.
I killed a man for the first time yesterday, but today I'm okay.
Yeah, whatever. We restocked in our supplies. Oh, fuck you. We got a room at a hotel in the city. Just then, Blake reappeared out of nowhere. Did he just spawn in there? Just like I pictured like the Team Fortress 2 like spawned him. He just came in there out of the supplies room, which they went and got, so.
Yeah, oh, you better get used to this because he appears out of nowhere constantly.
Fucking A.
Hey guys, how goes the pilgrimage?
Good! I feel that my powers have gotten better, and Tana has bagged her first power last night. Yeah! Murder is cool!
Very good. I have some news. We have learned that the assassins are from the Dark Nation.
Dun-dun-dun. And I like it how original that is. You know, it doesn't come with any kind of unique way to call these bad guys. Oh, they're from the Dark Nation. And the good guys are from the Light Nation. Die.
Oh, that's racist. Seriously, though, she's like racist against anyone from the Dark Nation. Oh, they're from the Dark Nation. They're automatically evil. I mean, they all are evil, but, I mean, come on.
But the government doesn't know anything about it. It's most likely a rebellion who wants to put the Dark Nation back into its uncooperative state it was in before.
Blake
explained. I've got a question here.
What?
Why doesn't the government know anything about this? Like, this random guy knows everything about anybody and everything, and the government doesn't know that one of these nations is trying to rebel? I mean,
because they're retarded. They're like the Earth Federation from UC Gundam.
I guess.
They're just retarded. They don't know anything.
War is bad, guys. It sounds like it, I said.
Well, whatever it is, we'll get to the bottom of it. I mean, in the meantime, who was...
Wait, in meantime?
Yeah, in meantime.
Oh, time is mean.
Who was the guy who had Lightning's powers?
Blakely asked us. Who is this? I'm not sure. He had an emblem on his sleeve and had these weird glasses showing him different numbers, and he kept blabbing on about power levels and stuff. I explained.
That sounds like... Never mind. Continue with the pilgrimage. See you later.
He said as he disappeared as usual. Why? That sounds really important. Again, really, like, the most important exposition is just glossed over. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, this power level stuff, it's really not important, but why didn't he just at least tell them about it?
Nope, because I don't need to talk about anything. I'll get to that later.
Well, I'm off to look around the city and enjoy myself.
Vlayru said and left. The next day, we left, and we're heading to the Pyro Nation.